tool. What do you study in 4 years of engineering course? Are you going to become an Aristotle or are you going to become an Einstein? No. Everything is, science is already, there. You are learning. Now, if you equip yourself properly to make the right choice of the tool to solve your customer's problem, to solve a business problem, no, you are now, you will be highly respected. I'm sure whatever I'm going to teach you today and tomorrow in the training program, all of them you either you have already learned or you will be learning in the engineering course. But then why this training program? To equip you, make the right choice of the tool. There are several tools which are known to you already. For example, in mathematics, you might have studied standard deviation. Have you studied standard deviation? Yes or no? When did you study standard deviation?
9th standard, 8th standard.
Okay. Tell me one occasion where you have used standard deviation so far. We have never used. The whole training program is around the standard deviation. Standard deviation is otherwise called as sigma. Am I correct? Standard deviation is called as sigma. Sigma is equal to problem. How many of you know that? Sigma is equal to problem. Bigger the sigma, bigger will be the problem. Smaller the sigma, smaller will be the problem. So reducing sigma is the solution to all the problem in the world. This is how you must use standard deviation. So there are hundreds and thousands of tools you have studied, but you don't know when to use them. This is good. This training is just an eye-opening. That's all. We are not going to teach you, everything right from the what you learned so far is enormous. We cannot cover it in 2 days. But this training program will make you realize, the potential your learnings has got. The small concept what you studied in 6th standard or 7th standard called the standard deviation is going to be the whole concept Six Sigma. You will realize that. So you must use the right tools in a right way. If you use a tool in a right way, that's called the technique. Use the appropriate tools in an appropriate way. Your project will produce result. Next reason why projects are failing. Projects are failing because whenever people collect data, they collect it with the error. You know what is error? Error is something which will hide the fact. Am I correct or not? Error is something which will hide the fact. So we want to understand the fact because we know fact-based decision making is important. In order to understand the fact, we collect the data. But when I collect the data, I collect it with a lot of error. 2 types of error possible. One is measurement error, another one is sampling error. What is measurement error? I measure it wrongly. Suppose I want you to measure your weight. I know your weight is 68 kg. But when you actually measure your weight, you will come and say that, sir, my weight is 72. What is your actual weight? 68. But how much you are telling me? 72. Now, what is the difference? 4 kg. This 4 kg is called what? Measurement error. The 4 kg is called what? Measurement error. Why? How it happened? Because there is some problem. The person do not know how to use the equipment. Or I wanted your weight before breakfast, early morning, but you have taken your weight after lunch, heavy lunch. Now the difference in 4 kg. So these are all called measurement error. Now, as an analyst, I poorly understand the problem if somebody gives me a data with a lot of error. Am I correct or not? The doctor analyze your body condition with certain diagnosis. When you are doing the diagnosis, you have to be very, very careful. You must go to the best lab. Why you need to go to the best lab? Because the best lab can correctly diagnose and make the doctor correctly understand the problem. If the diagnosis is done wrongly, doctor will wrongly understand the problem and mistreat you. When doctor mistreats you, what will happen to your life? Under risk. This is what we are doing while doing the project. Measurement error should be under control. You cannot avoid measurement error. Please make it a point. Every time anybody measures, there will be measurement error. So you should be able to measure the measurement error and then limit it to less than 10%. Measurement error should be limited to less than 10%. Then your data will speak better. Then your data can give a true signal, and that you need to do. This is another big reason why the projects are failing. And next, lack of methodology. When you are asked to do a project, company is ready to pay consulting fees also. For example, I have a company and the company wants to solve hundreds of quality problems. That means, projects are ready for all of you. And company also want to pay you. Company also want to pay you every single month. Company wants to pay you 20,000 rupees stipend. Now, tell me, if a company pays 20,000 rupees for you during your project, and then you have to solve the problem, is it important you have a methodology to solve the problem? Or can you go without any idea? If company is paying you 20,000 rupees, and if you don't know where to start and where to end, which is so-called the methodology, if the methodology is not known, do you think the company will pay you 20,000 rupees? Do you now understand why companies are not coming forward to pay stipend? You are actually going to the company to solve their problem. You should be paid, but they are not paying you. You know why? Lack of methodology. If I call a plumber to my house, he knows how to diagnose the problem. Am I right or not? I call a plumber to my house, he knows how to diagnose a problem. He knows how to correct a problem. But because he is an expert in it, he knows the methodology. Similarly, you must master an important concept called problem solving methodology. There are hundreds of methodology that is available. The superior methodology is Six Sigma methodology. Superior methodology. That means if you are an expert in Six Sigma methodology, you can solve the problem of any industry. Several methodology exist. There is a methodology called PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act. There is a methodology called A3 problem solving. Right? There is a methodology called 8D problem solving. And there is one more methodology recommended by Six Sigma called DMAIC methodology. DMAIC, D-M-A-I-C, where D means define the problem. M means measure the problem. A means analyze the problem. I means improve the process. C means control the process. That's all. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. 5 phases. First phase, define. Second phase, measure. Third phase, analyze. Fourth phase, improve. Fifth phase, control. When you take up a project, go in this order. You will be, your approach is professional. So lack of methodology is another reason why the projects are failing. Another reason why projects are failing, inadequate process knowledge. Inadequate process knowledge. See, what is the problem? Defect is the problem. Am I right? What is the problem? Defect is the problem. You know what is a defect? Defect is output of a process. Am I correct? Defect is output of a process. Can I get a yes here? See, sometimes I expect an yes, because whenever I use a new terminology, I expect a yes to understand, what I'm talking is, you are able to connect. So product has a defect, and defect is, because an output of the process is not good. Why the output of the process is not good? Because the input is not good. Am I right? Do you understand the sequence? Product is not good because it has got a defect. Why there is a defect? The output from the process failed. Why the output failed? Because input failed. The output is called Y, input is called X. Output is called Y, input is called X. Y equal to F of X. You might have studied in mathematics. Am I correct? Y equal to F of X. That is nothing but the process. Which particular process you want to improve? What is your Y? What is your X? You must have a clear idea when you want to solve someone's problem. When you want to solve someone's problem, you must know what is the Y they want to improve. You must know what could be the X that can pull down your Y? This is called process knowledge. If you don't know what is Y, don't know what is X, do you think you will be able to solve the problem? Problem is with the Y. So source of the problem is X. So your understanding on the process is very important. Every company is nothing but collection of processes. Machining is a process. Assembly is a process. Selling is a process. Teaching is a process. Learning is a process. Assessment is a process. Everything is a process. Every process will have an output called Y, will have an input called X. Right? Understanding on the Y and X is important. If you want to solve a problem, because problem is associated with the Y. So you must have, and then finally, you will never be able to improve an unstable process. Imagine a doctor giving a treatment to a patient. The doctor giving a treatment to a patient. The doctor first confirm that the patient is stable enough. Then only he will give treatment. Am I correct? Suppose if the patient is not stable means his BP is very high, his sugar levels are very high. Do you think the doctor will operate him? If the doctor operates a patient with higher BP and higher sugar level, the operation will be successful. But what will happen to the patient? Patient will be dead. Operation success, patient finished. Do you want to, perform like this? No. What if doctor treats a patient, but you will improve a process. You will improve a process which is Y equal to F of X. Your Y should be stable, then only it can be improved. Am I right or not? Logical or not? Patient should be stable so that he can be treated. Your Y should be stable so that it can be improved. Logical or not? Come on, yes? Yes or no? Do you understand? No response?
Yes, sir.
So how will you check whether my Y is stable or not? Whether the patient is stable or not, how will you check? Doctor will take BP reading, sugar reading, look at the graph, ECG graph, am I right? The ECG graph, BP reading, sugar reading will tell whether the patient is stable or not. Same way, you must collect data, plot a control. Control chart is nothing but a tool similar to the ECG graph. Control chart is a tool similar to the ECG graph. ECG graph will go up and down. Am I right? Yes or no? Same way, if you plot a control chart, it should go up and down. If you see a one point going very high, one point is has gone very high. What does it indicate? Patient is stable? Unstable. Same way when you plot a control chart, if one point is going far away, process is unstable. When process is unstable, you must understand problem is with the stability. And in the same ECG graph, if the lines become a flat line, horizontal line, what does it mean?
The person is
Patient? Chapter over. Isn't it? So graphs can let us understand whether the process is stable or unstable or dead. Am I correct? How a doctor looks at an ECG graph and take decision, you will also look at graphs and take decision. You should be very, very good dealing with data, dealing with graphs. Then only you can solve others' problem. Till then, your skill will not be compensated with money. Am I correct? Logical? So expect a salary, expect a stipend only when you equip yourself to solve others' problem. Problem solving skill is nothing but the employability skill. I straight away I revealed a secret. Many people tell you that you should speak a good English to get employed. If you speak very good English, you will become an English teacher. Isn't it? We want you as an engineer. English is additional, okay, because you can interact with so many people. That's how English helps. But what actually helps is your problem solving ability, your decision making ability, and definitely add on the other things, right? Your communication, body language, add everything. So this is the connectivity. Why you must learn the LML program, right? And this is my profile.